Welcome to our deep dive into the laws of human nature by Robert Greene, focusing on laws 7 through 12. Unlike any other summary, I've focused on not just the essence of Greene's work, but combined my own personal insights to bring these laws into the context of our everyday life. You're set to gain a profound understanding of human nature that will empower you to navigate life's complexities with ease. Ever wondered how understanding the darkest parts of human nature could actually brighten your path? Stay tuned as we unravel this paradox in Law 9. We're about to uncover strategies that will revolutionize your self-improvement, and you will be 3 steps ahead of everyone else. In every piece of content I create, I strive to simplify complex ideas into intuitive insights, a process that enriches both my understanding and hopefully yours. I do this by taking extra time to provide key concepts at the end of each of the laws. These key concepts are my way of summarizing the depth of these laws, presented in a clear and comprehensible way, along with practical recommendations for immediate use in your life. Let's first begin with Law 7, which delves into the law of defensiveness. Defensiveness at its core is the gut response to shield oneself from harm, be it physical or emotional. This law reminds us that defensiveness isn't merely about self-protection, but about recognizing our triggers, controlling our responses, and fostering emotional resilience. In the realm of today's complex emotional landscape, it isn't enough to just be defensive. It's about understanding ourselves deeply, managing our emotions effectively, and nurturing our emotional intelligence. Defensiveness can be seen in a person navigating through life's difficulties with self-awareness, or in an individual who uses their emotional intelligence to remain unshaken in times of crises. This law challenges us to acknowledge the significance of defensiveness in our interactions and relationships. It motivates us to strive to be the kind of person that others see as self-aware and emotionally intelligent, not out of fear, but because of our ability to manage our instincts and responses effectively. However, it's not all a bed of roses. This law also cautions us about the pitfalls of defensiveness acting as a barrier to communication and understanding. It prompts us to be open, to empathize, and not to put up walls just because we feel threatened. To encapsulate, the crucial takeaways from Law 7 are: 1. Defensiveness is a natural instinct, but we have the capability to manage it effectively. 2. Strive to be a self-aware and emotionally intelligent individual. And 3. Remember, defensiveness can act as a hindrance to communication and comprehension. Always strive for openness and empathy. Shifting gears, we now turn our attention to the law of self-sabotage. In essence, self-sabotage represents the set of behaviors, attitudes, or thought patterns that undermine our own best interests. It might feel like we're navigating our own labyrinth, but the walls and traps are of our own making. The truth is, often we are our own worst enemies. Unknowingly, we might create obstacles that hinder our progress, obstruct our goals, and diminish our potential. It's not about what others say or do, but about our own actions and thoughts that could lead us astray. Living in an era brimming with opportunities, self-sabotage could be more destructive than ever. The digital world amplifies our actions and their consequences, making understanding and overcoming self-sabotaging behaviors a critical skill. Avoiding self-sabotage is not just about evading traps, but about understanding why we set them in the first place. Robert Greene suggests that we can learn to identify and overcome self-sabotage by developing self-awareness. Understanding our own emotions, motives, and triggers is the key. It's a dance between recognizing the obstacles we create for ourselves and the ones we allow others to create for us. The essence of the law of self-sabotage lies in recognizing and understanding our self-defeating behaviors. It's about understanding ourselves, not just others. By enhancing our self-awareness, we can dismantle the traps we set for ourselves, foster constructive behaviors, and navigate our world with greater confidence and wisdom. Now we turn our attention to Law 9, the law of repression. This intriguing law is all about manipulating perception. It's about creating a distraction or illusion that diverts attention from what's truly happening. In our modern world, this law is more relevant than ever. It's not about trickery or deception, but rather it's about strategic positioning and redirection. Think about it like a magician's trick. The magician draws your attention to one hand while the other hand is performing the actual trick. Similarly, in life and business, the decoy is used to focus attention on one aspect while the real action takes place elsewhere. Now let's dive a little deeper. When we use a decoy, we're playing on human nature's tendency to be drawn towards what is most apparent or attractive. We're essentially guiding people's focus where we want it to go. From a business standpoint, this could mean highlighting a product's features to distract from its shortcomings. In personal relationships, it could mean emphasizing positive qualities to overshadow any negatives. This isn't about being dishonest, but about understanding how perception works and using it to our advantage. We all have the power to shape and influence how others perceive us and the situations around us. In essence, Law 9 teaches us that through self-reflection, we can harness our shadows for personal empowerment rather than letting them undermine us. It's about understanding human nature, manipulating perception, and directing focus to achieve our desired outcome. I'll dive into Law 10, the Law of Envy. This is an intriguing principle that shines a light on a common human emotion. Envying others isn't an isolated feeling. It's a link in the chain of our emotional responses, each one influencing and being influenced by the ones before and after. Take, for example, a simple scenario we often face: seeing a colleague achieve something we've been aiming for. That feeling of envy isn't just about desiring what they have. It sets off a chain reaction that affects our entire perception and behavior. You might start comparing yourself, harboring resentment, or even subtly undermining their success. This isn't just about our individual feelings, though. The law of envy extends to our interactions with others too. Consider how your envy can affect the people around you, creating a ripple effect that changes the dynamics of a team or even the outcome of a project. Now, in the context of our modern world, today our feelings of envy have the potential to create chain reactions on a wider scale, thanks to the wide reach of social media. A post, a tweet, or a viral story can amplify feelings of envy, leading to online trolling, negativity, and unhealthy competition. To summarize, here are two important things to consider. First, it's crucial to realize that all our feelings are linked to other emotions. Recognizing this can help us handle our feelings better. Second, we can control how our feelings affect us, and it's a duty we should also consider when we feel envy creeping up on us. Moving on to law number 11, the law of grandiosity. As we dissect this law, we uncover its focus on the perils of excessive pride and the necessity for self-awareness. This isn't about dimming your inner shine or playing small, but about understanding your limitations and acknowledging your strengths. The grand theater of human interactions is riddled with examples of hubris leading to downfall. The law of grandiosity instructs us that unchecked ego can blind us, and sometimes the most enlightening step is to humble ourselves. This is not about belittling oneself, but rather about maintaining a grounded sense of self. In the fast-paced, achievement-oriented world we live in, this law is more relevant than ever. With the rise of social media and digital communications, there's a lurking danger of becoming lost in a mirage of self-importance. But the law of grandiosity encourages us to pause, self-reflect, and maintain an honest understanding of our place in the world. Just think of the pitfalls you could avoid and the growth you could achieve by keeping your ego in check and staying humble. This is the power of grandiosity. To sum up, Law 11 essentially tells us that the strength of our character lies not in the number of accolades we accumulate, but in our ability to remain humbly self-aware. It encourages us to navigate the landscape of human interaction with humility, self-awareness, and balance. So the next time you find yourself basking in unchecked pride, remember the law of grandiosity. It could just be your ticket to a more balanced and genuine life. Finally, we arrive at Law 12, the law of gender rigidity. This law, dear listeners, is a formidable sculpture shaping human identities with societal expectations and traditional norms. Visualize life as a fixed mold. Each societal expectation we follow molds us into predefined shapes, leading to identities that might not reflect our true selves. This is the essence of Law 12. Every role we assume, every stereotype we comply with, and even every label we accept reinforces this rigidity. These reinforcements, though they may seem insignificant, have the potential to build into a towering structure of gender norms. In our fast-paced, globalized world, the law of gender rigidity is more palpable than ever before. A single movie can perpetuate stereotypes, a small remark can impact self-esteem, and a simple act of embracing one's identity can inspire millions. But here's the catch. The law of gender rigidity isn't just a societal concept, it's also deeply personal. Our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions can either bolster these norms or challenge them, influencing our self-perception and eventually our identity. So what's the takeaway here? It's about understanding this law, recognizing its influence and rebelling against it when necessary. It's about making conscious decisions that reject harmful norms and embrace our authentic selves, both within us and us. In conclusion, Law 12 teaches us that our identities are not isolated constructs, but complex edifices built upon societal expectations. Every role has an impact, and every stereotype an effect. And that, my friends, wraps up our exploration of Laws 7 through 12 from The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene. We've journeyed together through concepts as diverse as defensiveness, self-sabotage, repression, envy, grandiosity, and gender rigidity. I covered deep into the intricacies of these laws, providing you with a comprehensive understanding of human nature. Now, if you're eager to learn about the first 6 laws, don't worry, I've got you covered. Appearing on the screen now is a link to dive straight into part 1 of our series. So go ahead, dive deeper into the vast ocean of human nature, and remember, now you're officially 3 steps ahead of everyone else. Uncover the first 6 laws and continue your journey of understanding and mastering your own being. Thank you for being with us, and remember, the key to mastering yourself and others lies in understanding human nature. Stay curious, stay hungry,